Go,
no, it's not okay.
Well, it has to be.
Cut it off now.
No, I can't. Can I talk with? How much you had to drink tonight? How much?
Are you good?
I'm good. I'm just saying, you know, they're assuming that you had more than you should have.
Hey, your car's on fire. Your car's on fire. Get away from your car.
My car?
But there will be.
God is
I will get you.
This has been good for my marriage, though.
Okay.
Do you know my husband?
I do not know your husband. We're in Uber.
But I'm very rich.
No,
know. My husband has never stood up. Oh, this is the most stunning thing I've ever done. I'm definitely. They don't pay attention to you. Are you married? Or just pretty?
Let me help you up.
No, I did not.
I'm not asking you anything.
Really rich, and I will stay in jail for a year or two. I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine.
But you don't necessarily.
What's your name?
My name's Kyle.
I'm Karen. Thank you. They call me the Grande Dame.
The Grande Dame?
I don't know what the fuck that's about. Andy Cohen did that. Go ahead.
The what?
Andy Cohen did that. They call me the Grande Dame. I'm black, I'm rich, and I own the plantation in front.
These are some sad body cam videos. I've been trying to get the full body cam videos for I don't know how long, ever since this accident happened. So I'll let you know what police have told me. In the case of the state of Maryland versus Karen Wooden-Huger, my request for the full body cam videos, the status is now active. It says determine cost.
Right here, man. Right here.
Yeah, we're just gonna check you out. Yeah. Just check you out in the ambulance.
You want to walk? All right, we'll let you walk, and then we'll.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll walk. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Just keep going. I know. Do you need favors in the car? All right. Let's get you in the ambulance.
I'm Officer Baxter County Police. Just let you know everything's being video and audio recorded at this point, alright? You can go.
No, it's not okay.
Well, it has to be.
Cut it off now.
No, I can't. You can go with them.
Can.
I'm not allowed.
I'm like this.
Right on this side. Yep. So you holding your side. Has anything hurt there?
I said no.
I would just get.
So we know there's a lot more videos than these 5 snippets I've been able to find today. Actually, I've found 6 video snippets, including this one, Karen talking about Andy Cohen. He was the one who dubbed her the Grande Dame of Potomac. And what do you guys think of the video at the end where she's talking about being one of Thomas Jefferson's concubines? She's confused. She thinks she's Sally. Stay tuned. Who knows how many more videos I'll find. They've been denying me so long, but thankfully they finally didn't close my public records request. Obviously, they're figuring out how much they're going to charge me. But this is Karen Huger. If you guys don't know her, she's better known as the Grande Dame of Potomac in Maryland.
Okay.
I'm Karen.
Montgomery County Police.
I would rather.
Remember,
I
everything's
don't
being
like
video
her.
and audio
Okay,
recorded.
so I'd rather
It's
her
okay.
not do a lot of talking at this point anyhow, because she's probably a little bit upset after the thing, so she's.
Can I ask you where you're coming from tonight? Ma'am.
She said she was coming from a friend's house.
Okay. Which way were you driving on Oakland?
Where you have it?
Were you coming from Bradley?
You have it?
I'll take a look.
Yes.
You're coming from Bradley?
Well, wait. So you see it? Yes. Thank you.
You were driving on Bradley or from Bradley? Do you remember the accident?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
Actually, nothing really. Can you hear me?
Yeah, It's just that somebody ran you off the road.
They did.
Someone ran you off the road? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember that vehicle at all?
No.
No, you don't? Okay.
Wait.
You
I
don't?
wouldn't listen to that.
I understand it. It's dark out here. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Let me ask you.
He's okay. He's doing fine. Looking for your license,
No,
man.
Ray, you don't need him to do anything.
Karen, hold it.
Karen.
I'm looking for your license, baby.
How much you drink tonight?
I'll give you my license if you
No,
want.
I was out, but I'm good.
How much you had to drink though? That's my question.
See if your license is in here.
As soon as we catch fire, right?
Not yet.
Bowles probably already put one on. He's writing. Bowles is working on the acres report, so it's probably on there. If not, just have him at it.
Make sure he doesn't have it already.
I think Bowles does.
Somebody have the license?
I think so.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think Bowles. One of my.
All right, I'll check.
Can you answer everything for me first? Thank you, God.
No, that were two. Karen, how much you drink tonight?
Talk to my husband.
Okay. Can I talk with? Talk.
Yeah.
I can't talk to your husband. He's not really involved in
Okay.
this incident.
Yeah.
He can help me translate or get you
No,
to cooperate.
He is.
Okay.
He is. You okay?
How much you drink tonight? How much
Ray, are you good?
I'm good. I'm just saying, you know, they're assuming that you had more than you should have.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that you had like a couple of beers or something
Yes,
like
that's
that.
all I had.
But, you know,
You had a couple of beers.
So, that's it.
that's my assumption.
Okay.
I don't know
What-
for sure. I wasn't with her.
Okay.
But
I know, that's why I'm trying to communicate with her.
Yeah.
What kind of beer did you drink?
Ray, were we good, sweetheart?
Yeah. I don't see your license here.
I think one of my-
somebody got him.
Yeah, I
somebody
think my
got it
coworker has it.
because the bag
Right.
was right there.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
We needed to write an accident report.
Okay.
It's okay.
So-
So, Ray, darling, what
Yes.
did you say?
I'm saying that you probably had a couple of beers
Yes.
and you're coming back.
Yeah.
And you said that you got run off the road.
I
I guess
did.
did you hit the tree here or something?
It looks like she hit the center median, came across the median,
I
and then
did
hit this tree as well,
Okay, 'cause
or
it's
one of the.
dark.
Yeah.
Or hit the median. It hit the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray, can you pick my purse up,
It
guys?
doesn't take much.
No, it does not. Sweetheart, can you speak to me, please?
Okay.
Hey, your car's on fire. Your car's on fire. Get away from your car.
My car?
Still smoking?
No, it's on fire.
I sent a public records request once I found out that the body cam videos were played in court. They were pretty damning. They make Karen look pretty bad. No wonder she was trying to hide these body cam videos. She's the star of The Real Housewives of Potomac. One of the stars of The Real Housewives of Potomac, and she's been on there for years, and these body cam videos are just sad.
My name is Karen. Can I have a tissue? I'm a hand.
I don't have a tissue, ma'am.
Oh my
I do not
God.
carry tissues in my police car. But there will be.
God is
I will
good.
get you tissues at the
No,
station.
I don't need it. I'm not going to be very long, but I thank you for tonight. This has been good for my marriage, though.
Okay.
Do you know my husband?
I do not know your husband. I only
No, my husband has never stood at.
What?
I'm married 28 years. I think
Very
he
nice.
got. Oh, this is the most stunning thing I've ever done. I hear him really. I should have probably taken a cab.
You probably should have taken a cab, yes.
Thank you.
Or an Uber.
But I'm very rich. And sometimes they don't pay attention to you. Are you married?
I am.
You gonna say married?
What's that?
You love her?
Yes.
I'm a powerful lover. And when you Google me, you're gonna be so ashamed of yourself. I'm bad as fuck. I don't think I did anything bad except the driver.
Are you in space indoor?
I'm just pretty. I have to bleed in my nose so in a minute. I always bleed. Can you give me a tissue?
I don't have tissues in my police car, ma'am. We will be at the station.
No, I'm a slave on this door. I just bought my slave plantation. I just wouldn't fuck with me.
So So I wrote, now that the body cam videos have been shown in court, please provide them to me via this public records request per the law. So I was requesting all the body cam videos, the dash cam videos for this incident. It happened March 19th, very late 2024, just months ago this year, and now she's been found guilty. So thanks to Allison Papson, she's a Fox 5 DC senior assignment editor. We have these 5 body cam videos and a clip from TMZ when Karen's inside the police station refusing to give up her DNA. She didn't want any statistics, I guess, for them to be able to gauge her blood alcohol level. I don't know if we know what it was.
I know I hate you, right?
That's okay.
Oh, wait. Can you take this off?
I can't take the handcuffs off. We gotta go inside.
Everybody's gonna hate you, by the way. Do you know who I am?
I don't.
You've
told me your name is Karen.
No.
Let me help you up.
No, I do not. Oh God.
That's what I thought.
I'm lit.
Yes, you are lit.
Oh, can you?
That's why you're here.
No, not really, darling.
It is. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I don't want you to fall like you just did.
I just saw it.
I know, because you're drunk. Let's go this way, ma'am. Do I know who you are? No. You've asked me to watch the step. Thank you.
And I'm walking up the street. He has a timer on. He's good. And I'll walk up the stairs. And I'm not.
Careful.
Just having a night.
Careful.
We're good.
Okay. Alright, just stand right here for a second. What's that? Come inside.
I'll let you go.
Karen?
Yeah. Thank you. No, that's such a fucking irritant. Poor wife. Just let that shit go. You want to watch me? I wouldn't do it. I will rise up. I am who I am. So we want to ask me. Can we? I don't give a fuck. You want that black people?
I'm not asking you.
Do you want that black people?
Karen, I'm not asking you.
No, I'm really rich, and I will stay in jail for a year or two. Because you just want that black people.
What?
Poor white, black, green people. You want that black people?
It has nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah, it does. It has everything. So what's your point?
It actually has zero to do with that. I don't get to make
I'm sorry.
how this happens.
Alright, it's not you. I'm sorry. I'm extremely intelligent. I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine.
The computer's going to continue reading that form. All I need you to do is listen.
No, what you need to do is tell me what you want.
All I need you to do is listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I want to sign this form saying you refuse to submit to an alcohol concentration test.
Tell me what that means.
That you're not going to provide a sample of your breath.
And then how long do I have to stay?
Stay? We're probably talking about another 25, 30 minutes.
I don't.
Sign that.
Here?
Yep, right here. Right there. That's fine. Yeah. Alright.
So this Grande Dame of Potomac, the officer who transported Karen didn't know who the heck she was. She's pretty popular with us Real Housewives fans. She's better known as her triple 20 party she had when she turned 60, I guess last year. I guess I could look up her birth date as well, but she's been found guilty. So as of this recording, yes, my request is still in progress. We'll see how much they come back with the cost of these body cam videos, because many of us, we want to see the whole thing. We don't want to just see these snippets. It says Karen Wooden Huger. She's a black female. She's 5 feet 5 inches tall, 150 pounds. Here we go. Her date of birth is May 3rd, 1963. So indeed, she did turn 61 this year. So she is 61. I don't know why I was thinking she was 62. But oh boy, these videos are a mess. She crashed her Maserati into a tree or a pole and hit a tree near Oakland Drive. Your car's on fire, one officer is telling her. late night, March 19th into March 20th, obviously Karen is impaired. This woman should not be behind the wheel of her Maserati. The first officer tells her, okay, this is being video and audio recorded. And she's like, no, it's not okay. Cut it off. She's so funny, as if she's like directing, this is the reality show. Isn't it weird how reality really punches in these reality housewives, just like we've been covering the case of Kim Zolciak and Corey Bierman. I'm still waiting on a couple of those body cams. I need to pay the one records keeper woman was like, how'd you find out about this before I did? And I'm like, TMZ's on top of everything. So anyway, the officer's saying I can't. In Karen's case, he's like, I'm not supposed to turn off my body cam. And she's like, you can. But thankfully, he doesn't turn it off, and we see the horrible incident. Thank God, once again, no one else was hurt. Karen, at one point, the paramedics said she was holding her side, but I didn't see that. The Real Housewives of Potomac star was indeed found guilty of DUI and 4 other charges. She crashed her car. Now her husband, Ray Huger, he comes upon the scene. This is why I want to see the whole body cam, because I like to see the whole thing play out. So they might end up giving me hours and hours worth. We can only pray, in Jesus they will. So Ray, her husband, says, oh, someone ran you off the road. He's like, I wasn't there, but yeah, someone ran you off the road, Karen. He's trying to I don't know. Of course, he's trying to defend her. He's trying to come up with reasons why she crashed. He's trying to say, I wasn't there, but I think you only had a couple of beers, right? It's bad. Obviously, she's had more than 2 beers. Karen is like so focused on Ray. Ray is over there trying to find her driver's license in her purse. He can't find it. He's offering up his own driver's license. Like, oh my goodness. He's looking for it. And she's just like, Ray. She doesn't want to answer any of the cops' questions. The cops are asking pointed questions. Ray is saying, I don't want her to do too much talking. But she did not ask for a lawyer right away. I didn't hear her ask for a lawyer at all during this whole brouhaha. During these snippets we have so far, Karen is deferring to Ray. She doesn't want to answer the officer's questions like, how much did you have to drink? And Ray is like, oh, she probably only had a couple of beers. And so the officer's like, what kind of beer did you have? And she's just like, Ray, and the officer's like, basically, leave him alone, let him be. Ray can't find her driver's license. He's digging in there, and it turns out that another officer already had it. He's offering up his own driver's license. Karen can't answer what kind of beer she had. So this is the thing. She faces up to 2 years in prison, and her sentencing is scheduled for January 29th. So boy, I wonder how much of the Bravo TV cameras captured of this entire incident. This has really given Karen an interesting storyline, but I'm sure one she doesn't want. I hope she can parlay it into something that will convince other people not to drive drunk. Don't drive inebriated. She's like, when she's transported, she says some interesting things. Her speech is slurred. She's sitting in the front seat. Now, I heard there were profanities leveled against the EMT workers. I can't really hear that part. That's why we don't have all the video footage yet. But the moment I get it all, I'll put it all up so we can see everything. Karen's defense was that this is not to make light of any of us who have lost our parents or anything like that, but she was trying to blame it on the deaths of her mom and her dad, and there is no excuse. There's a choice. She was saying, I probably should have taken a cab. She tells the officer who's transporting her, and it's right. She should have. Or he goes, or an Uber. I mean, there is no excuse. So her whole defense has been, she's emotionally distressed. She lost her parents. She was off with a friend. We don't know what friend she was with. There's been so many rumors about Karen and her shenanigans. She's 60, but her husband's like 20 years older or more. So kind of like a young trophy wife or whatever you want to call it, but they've been married nearly 30 years. But she's telling the officer, this is the most stunning thing I've ever done. I probably should have taken a cab. She's riding in the front seat. Thank God we can hear her and see her better. Although it just does look sad. Her wigs have been a thing, and I'm not one to talk about people because I have my extensions in here. I've suffered hair loss. So part of me feels bad for her, the way she looks. And, she's really into being more presentable. You know how the Real Housewives are. Some of them are over the top, and Karen's over the top. cop, talking about her riches and all that stuff. She keeps asking the cop for a tissue. Like drunk, inebriated people do, they ask the same question over and over again. Do you have a tissue? Do you have a tissue? He's like, I don't have any tissues. She says something like, this is or isn't going to be good for my marriage. Some parts are hard to hear. Let me know what you hear. She says, I've been married for 28 years, but I'm very rich. Are you married? She's like talking to the cop, almost like she's hitting on him. Do you love her? She goes, when you Google me, you're going to be so ashamed of yourself. As if because she's famous, she shouldn't get a DUI or something. She goes, I'm bad as F. I'm like, oh my goodness. She goes, I don't think I did anything bad except the driving. I'm just pretty. And then she starts talking about she's going to bleed in her nose. She starts speaking of the slave plantation she purchased. So if you guys watch The Real Housewives of Potomac, you know that Karen is from, where is it? Horry County? Whoops, it's Surry County, Virginia. I knew it rhymed with Horry County, but they show it often on the show. I might have that wrong. She's from a county and she's from a smaller county, and she goes back to her, hometown. She goes into her history. There's land that her family owned. Her and her family, her sister or aunt were kind of arguing over it. She purchased certain things. She's remodeling this home or what have you. Can you imagine her doing, 2 years in prison? Karen's just so fancy. They say she's lost a lot of weight. I don't know if she's really worried. In the latest episodes, since her arrest, since all this happened rather, was brought into custody, whatever happened back in March, they've been playing the storyline. Karen has been drinking her ginger ale or drinking her water. She's had her love party at her house with her mermaids and all that stuff. A lot of these housewives try and make it seem like some of them, their lives are so much more glamorous than they really are. Karen has been pretty mum on what happened this night. No wonder she didn't want this footage to get out. It makes her look really horrible. And also, I see, when it started, she wanted to walk to the ambulance by herself. She didn't want to get put on the stretcher. Obviously, she had an indication because she's like, whoa, I'm really lit when she gets transported to the police station and she's nearly falling out of the vehicle. The officer's trying to help her. She's asking, can the handcuffs be taken off? No. And she goes, I'm lit. And then again, do you know who I am? Can you take these off? She seems to think her pretty privilege and her famous privilege and her Bravo fame or something will get her out of this. But no, it makes her look really, really bad. When she gets to the interview room, it's kind of hard to hear Karen because there's some other type of recording or something going on, speaking with all these announcements going on. But then again, she's saying she's really rich. The announcement fades. And then she's saying she'd stay in jail for a year or two. She's talking about white people, black people. The officer's trying to tell her this isn't about race. Hopefully Karen is truly sober now. I mean, at least on camera, she makes a big deal of, okay, she's ordering a ginger ale. The other women tried to give her Uber gift certificates. She thought that was shady. But now the world is more so seeing now what happened that night. We don't know who she was out with. She claims whomever she was out with, they started talking about her parents and her losses and all the emotions of everything came down on her. Now, I can appreciate that if that's true at all. We don't want to drown our sorrows in alcohol. Might as well give them to Jesus, cry with him, let him hold us and console us, and the wonderful mighty counselor help us. Even if we're going to drown our sorrows in alcohol, we don't want to go get behind the wheel of a Maserati where she could have harmed Lord knows who. She could have harmed herself. She could have harmed anyone else out there on the road and taken their lives. So that's why some people, you can feel sorry for Karen in certain respects because she just seems sad. But other than that, it's a bad choice she made. And with her saying these weird things, she's mumbling some strange things too, if you really, really listen. So that's why I want all the videos. We'll see what they tell me. How sad. I really want to know what Karen's true issue is. She obviously has issues with her husband. Her husband was the breadwinner and obviously a man who made a lot of money via business or whatever. She called him the Black Bill Gates. But then over time, there were some tax issues, and Karen said she took care of those. So she took care of those Bravo housewives. Some of them make up to $1 million a season for the more popular ones. I don't know how much Karen makes. I guess she was able to use that money, parlay some of that salary into paying off their debt. So I think she holds some resentment against her husband for that, and Lord knows what else. And they always talk about her reputation. I don't know what's true or what's not, but they talk a lot on the show about there's infidelity, there's this, there's that. We don't know what's true. So Karen can't sue me because that's what's talked about on the show. I don't know what's true or not. Hopefully she's using this time to get a lot more serious. Like, stop worrying about, I'm rich, I'm rich. A lot of these housewives, when they're claiming to be so rich and you look up the actual details, you'll discover, oh, they're really renting this home. They don't really own this home, or they might not own this or that. You know, it's kind of happening with Salt Lake City. Previously, one of the housewives, Jen Shaw, she went off to prison. It was like fraud. It's like if you're practicing all this fraud, allegedly, I don't think I have to say allegedly anymore, she was convicted. But if you're practicing all this fraud, why go on a reality TV show and tell the world? It's almost like people just telling on themselves. Or whatever issues Karen has, my thing is find some depth. It's not about how fancy a home might be or might not be. You know, in Utah, there's another housewife where she's always like, oh, I have so much money, I have this successful business, I have this, and now word is coming out that she might be in trouble too. And a different one is her house is being foreclosed upon potentially, just like Kim Zolciak's home. Like, when you get to the nitty-gritty, I'm kind of grateful for some of this exposure, because these Real Housewife franchises, I don't want them to influence younger women to try and aspire to, I've got to have a house like Karen Huger's. I need a Maserati too. I need this, I need that. You need the depth. You know, we need the savior. That's the only thing to brag on. It doesn't matter who's rich or who's good looking or whatever. So anyway, that's why I like to see the real deal. These body cam videos become the real reality, not this produced, you know, confrontational, unscripted, but still scripted in the fact of, let me create these situations and let me tell you guys what to talk about. And no wonder Karen didn't want this body cam coming out. So we'll see. I really want to know. You know, I see this Maryland judicial case search. I know there might be a different one too, but this circuit court for Montgomery County, it's not really been updated. I'd have to go back in and put her name in. It's not necessarily updated. Her case is still saying open. And by the way, this isn't her first traffic citations. There's others out of Rockville District Court, and there's that tax lien we talked about from 2022. There's a lot going on here. But this motor vehicle case, this is the big one. State of Maryland versus Karen Wooden Huger. This is the one that could get her some jail time. She didn't ask for an attorney right away. You can see from the body cam footage we see. So she was just yapping. You know, she was yapping. I want to see if Allison has put up any more body cam videos. I'm not sure how long it will take for them to get me more footage or how much it'll cost, but we shall see. I'm glad they're finally releasing it. Maybe Karen can use the time to realize it doesn't matter how much money a person has, how they look, you know, their status, the designer, all these shallow things that some of the housewives focus on. Some of them have more depth than others. You know, they're not all the same. I can't paint them all with the same shallow swath. But Karen does tend to fall back on, I'm rich, I'm this, I'm that. And maybe she'll do away with that now that this exposure has come. Hebrews 10:29 through 31. How much greater punishment do you think he will deserve, who has rejected and trampled underfoot the Son of God, and has considered unclean and common the blood of the covenant that sanctified him, and has insulted the Spirit of grace, who imparts the unmerited favor and blessing of God? For we know him who said, vengeance is mine, retribution and the deliverance of justice rest with me. I will repay the wrongdoer. And again, the Lord will judge his people. It is a fearful and terrifying thing to fall into the hands of the living God, incurring his judgment and wrath. Well, I did hear Karen say something about God is good in that transport. I hope she truly is a believer, and I hope she truly is leaning on God and just not all the superficial stuff. So her next storyline, whenever it's coming out, I guess we'll follow her, see her court trial, her court case, her sentencing. I'm sure Bravo cameras will be there. Just see what she says, see what happens, follow her if she's sentenced as she gets ready to prepare for any prison time. Will it be like, watching Jen Shaw from the Real Housewives of Utah say goodbye to her children, say goodbye to her family, prepare to go off to prison? And the main thing is using that time in prison. You guys know I do prison ministry every month to just get closer to God, dig into his word. My one prison ministry leader calls it an incarcerification, not incarcerification like an vacation. Look, spend this time to sit down, sit there, get into God's word, figure out what it is that made you, like Karen, want to drink so much. Are you chasing away certain pain? And decide it was okay for you to get in this car and so inebriated and then act the way you acted, cursing at the EMTs, the paramedics, cursing at the cops, just acting so ugly. What is it that drove her to act that way? Because it is, in essence, a choice. And a lot of people have lost loved ones and they don't go get smashed and go get in their vehicle and drive around and crash into poles and endanger other citizens. It's pretty sad, but I'm grateful this is coming to a close. She was found guilty of certain charges. She really might face jail time. She really has an interesting storyline now for Bravo, and even more interesting storyline with this body cam footage finally being released. I must have requested this back in March when it happened. Wow, exactly 6 months ago. Today is Thursday, December 19th. I must have requested it as soon as I heard about it. The accident happened March 19th. Maybe I heard about it the next day and requested the body cam videos and have been rejected now for 9 months. I think I said 6 months. 9 months I've been rejected. No, you can't have these body cam videos. Finally, they didn't close my FOIA. They didn't close immediately my public records request, but they finally have left it open. Status is active and they're determining the cost. We're making progress. Thank you so much for watching all this. Stay tuned. I'll keep you posted and updated when I get more videos. Take care.